Hello, Ramley and other NFL family. I'm Pale Time, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Rams 2022 season schedule. Now, I'm not doing so much of a game-by-game breakdown, but when I look at this schedule, I see a story, I see a narrative, and if you're anything like me, that you enjoy stories, you enjoy, a good solid 3-act structure, sometimes it's fun to kind of break things down that way. So, in this video, I'm breaking it down into the 3-act structure of the Rams 2022 season. Let's do this. The first act of the LARams season, I am titling Ready, Set, Vamos Rams, and it's really just week 1. Now this phase includes pretty much the entire offseason, but it's summarized into this one game, week 1 against the Buffalo Bills, the first game of the NFL season, the start of the Rams' title defense. This is a huge game. The reason why fans got this game is because of the new 17th game schedule rules put in place in 2021. Great job, NFL, putting 2 Super Bowl contending teams right at the start of the season that football fans can salivate over. There are so many emotions and storylines in this game. Facing Von Miller, you have a stacked team in the Buffalo Bills, you have a stacked team in the Rams. The Rams Super Bowl banner is going to be hung. They're 2 of the best teams in the NFL facing each other. You could not ask for a better game to start the season with. If Godzilla vs. Kong was a football game, it would be this game. And like I mentioned, this first act of Ready, Set, Vamos Rams represents everything that was done in the offseason, all the roster moves, the draft picks, the players that the Rams lost, the players that the Rams gained, and we get to see this 2022 roster in its entirety for the first time this season in week 1. The second act of this season I am calling the NFC Gauntlet, and it lasts from week 2 to week 11. In my humble opinion, this is the most important part of the Rams schedule, in these 9 games right here. All 9 of these games are against NFC opponents, which means if the Rams lose, that hurts them more when it comes to playoff seeding. 4 of the 9 games are against NFC West rivals. Both of the 49ers games and the Cardinals games are in this phase of the season, which means the Rams' defense of the NFC West division crown is pretty much going to be decided in this second act of the season. On top of 4 divisional games, we also have a matchup with the Cowboys, the Buccaneers, and the Saints. So that's 7 of the 9 games in this stretch that came against opponents with winning records last season. The Rams also have games against the Panthers and the Falcons, who they're in rebuilding as teams for sure, but no doubt they will give their best attempt at an upset versus the defending Super Bowl champions. Thankfully, we do have our bye week during this part of the season for some much needed Ramley rest. Act 3 of the Los Angeles Rams 2022 season I am calling the Wild West Saga. The main reason being, we play all of the AFC West division teams in this phase of the season. Now, all these teams have made some pretty big roster moves this season, and it's largely agreed upon within the NFL community that the AFC West looks to be the best division in football next season. That being said, that looks to be 4 great games that the Rams will get to play against great opponents. You get the rematch from the greatest Monday Night Football game against the Kansas City Chiefs, a Thursday night primetime matchup with the Las Vegas Raiders, followed by a showdown with the Packers, which I'll admit didn't really link to the West that much, but it's a Monday Night Football game in this, and the Packers look to be a good team, so I had to put them in. A matchup with Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos on Christmas Day, and of course, the Battle of LA against our crosstown rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers in SoFi. We also have our final 2 divisional games with the Seattle Seahawks in this final part of the season. The outcomes during this final act of the story will ultimately decide if the Rams make the playoffs, win the NFC West, or even jockey for seeding, potentially getting the #1 seed in the NFC, setting up for a true title defense in the playoffs. Because you can't defend your Super Bowl title if #1, you don't win it, and #2, get to the playoffs the next year. And of course, each game is its own unique story, and that's something that we love about football. It keeps us as fans coming back week after week after week. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. If you haven't subscribed, please consider if you enjoyed the video. And of course, as always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams!